It is that time of the night where I tell all of you to get off my lawn because I'm about to tell you I told you so on the Dave 101.
It's time for Dave 101.
It's Dave. Dave, D-A-V-E. Dave's not here. Dave's the killer. Yeah. Dave's the killer. Dave's a mess.
I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. You know, when you put your face and name on the line like I do with Spaced Out Radio, it comes with a lot of good, but there's a lot of negative that also flows through that. People don't like your opinion. They don't like your show. They don't like the questions you ask. They don't like your haircut. They don't like the shape of your face. They don't like the fact that you call UAP UFOs. They don't like the fact that you don't like the word squatch and many other things that people don't like out there. Well, one of the things that people have criticized me for over the last little bit here is the fact that I am extremely pro-experiencer in the UFO phenomena. A lot of people will tell me, why do you support such anecdotal stories, such false stories, people lying for attention? My argument is always simple. You've never stood in their shoes. You don't know what I've gone through. You don't know what they've gone through. So who are you to make a comment that you don't believe them or that you don't trust what they are saying? Look, there are charlatans in every field. It doesn't matter whether it's UFOs, the paranormal, golf, hockey, baseball, knitting, crocheting, restaurant advocacy, whatever it may be. There are charlatans in everything. And we are no worse for wear. There are people there that'll just criticize you for no reason. But for months, we have been forewarning our listeners that there's a big narrative going on that we don't like. And that is the fact that your experiences do not matter. There are people out there trying to control this entire UFO narrative or UAP narrative that basically they don't care what you've seen. They don't care what you've experienced. They don't want your blurry photos. They don't want your cell phone grade videos. You are useless to the study. We've been told this on this show. And more so, it was ingrained in us within the latest UFO hearings where Aero director Sean Kirkpatrick basically said he wishes the public would get the hell out of the way and let the professionals do their job because we're just wasting time. We are just taking up space. We are just bringing information together that makes no sense. And really, they only want military information. They don't want the stats from MUFON or NUFORC or CUFOs or any other UFO group out there. You mean nothing. Your experiences with UFOs or the paranormal or alien contact means nothing. And I told you so. I told you that these people only want one thing, and that is military answers to a non-military issue. That is wrong. That is so undervaluing the phenomena that it's unconscionable that smart people like this are downplaying what everyday people are experiencing. I don't get it. I had one conversation with a scientist today in an online group that I'm in, and I'll read it to you. I really don't care. But I'm going to read this to you because I think it's important for you to understand the attitude of many of these people. Now, I'm not going to put this person's name out there, because that's really irrelevant, because I believe this person speaks for a number of different people and the entire cause against the experiencers. This person wrote, Arrow was directed to deal with specifically the unknowns using military, NASA sensors, and equipment that provide him, aka Sean Kirkpatrick, the quality data he needs. He does not want anecdotal and blurred video civilians and pics and videos which yield no scientific value. That was answering my question was, we were all talking science. Did anyone else catch the idea that Sean Kirkpatrick's not interested in civilian reports or research? So I responded to this well-known scientist. I understand, but there are a plethora of high-quality researchers who have gathered high-quality evidence outside of the storytelling that have decades of quality information that could help the cause. David Marler, Richard Dolan, Michael Schratt, to name a few. And what if this phenomena goes beyond science, which many of your own colleagues at the Science Coalition of UAP Studies or the Galileo Project and others seem to suggest? This person responded to me, again, Kirkpatrick's not going to dig up the past cases and data. He obviously blew off all the witness testimonies he's received prior to this hearing. He is only going to take info he's received on classified sites and will take NASA and other agency data as it comes in. Not sure what beyond science means, since science tries to account for everything. If it can't, then it leads to further study. No one can explain consciousness, but that doesn't stop the efforts to get the answers. Can't speak for Galileo Project and not speaking for views of SCU members. I said, well, Lou Elizondo believes that Sean Kirkpatrick is setting himself up to lead Enigma Labs after his retirement in 12 to 16 months. Interesting, isn't it? The scientific community doesn't care about you if you're an experiencer in this field. If you've seen UFOs, they don't care. If you've had extraterrestrial contact, they don't care. If you've been abducted by extraterrestrials, they don't care. You could have all the proof in the world. You could have trail cams set up in your house, live cameras set up all around the inside of your bedroom. You could set up anything you can for detection and get the best evidence ever. You could catch aliens in your room about to abduct you, and they don't want it. They don't want it. Because you and your stories mean nothing. Mean nothing to the cause, and they want you to go away. This is something that we have been talking about for months, once again, on this show. My answer to that is this. If anybody in the scientific community would actually take their earplugs out and listen, the reason why they're not solving anything in this community is because they are leaving out a giant part of this community. You need the people and their stories and evidence that can corroborate what you are scientifically studying. Those people, many of them, not all of them, but many of them have had downloads, have had shapes that they don't understand downloaded into them, binary codes, and many other things happen where they can explain things to these scientists to maybe give them some answers. But no, we don't want to go there. We don't want to take that evidence and run with it. It's not good enough for us. People, go away. We don't need you. You are blowing up ufology with useless chatter, is what we hear. Is it unfair? 100% it is. Are the critics out there going to laugh at this, point their fingers, and say, you people are a bunch of idiots? Of course they are. This has been a controlled narrative since we heard the term UAP come out. And that was in 2015. Then in 2017, more videos come out of UAP. UAP this, UAP that. UAP is nothing but man-made objects. Another thing Kirkpatrick stated in the UFO hearings as well. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with me. But I told you so. And I have no problem saying that. No problem. There are going to be people who argue with me over this, and I'm okay with that too. That's freedom of speech. You don't have to agree with me on the UAP front, which many don't, or the fact that you, as an experiencer, mean nothing to the cause. Look, there are people out there who have high quality information. And to me, it's a wonderment that people who've spent 30, 40, 50 years in gathering data and evidence are not even being contacted by these scientists to try and figure out the true cause. Hey, government, if you have a craft, why is it top secret? If you have alien bodies, why are they top secret? If you have contact with an alien species out there, why is it top secret? You're garnering nothing from that except selfishness. And add to the fact that you are forgetting that every single person on this planet is going to be affected by this decision. Every single one. There's not a person on this planet, no matter how educated they are or what kind of jungle they still live in, that will not be affected by this decision. You don't know what's going on because you're leaving out a giant piece of your own puzzle that you have created. You may have the edges done, but how are you going to fill it in if you don't have the colorful pieces that put it all together, which are the people who are seeing, hearing, and feeling things on a nightly basis? There are millions of people who have seen UFOs just in North America alone. There's probably over 1 million people who have been taken, and a number of those who've been taken multiple times, who've had downloads, who've had screen memories, who know what it's like to see inside of a craft. And those people, if you listen to their stories, don't know each other, but for some reason, they can connect on exactly what is going on. How is that so? Are they seeing the same things? Are they listening to too many podcasts? Sure, you can make up your excuses or whatever you want to believe. But this is a phenomena that's happening. This is a phenomena that is going to take everybody to try and figure out. Whether they're educated and scientific and nuts and bolts, or whether there's somebody who believes in the woo and the contact that's happened to them. You don't have to like it, science people. You don't have to like it at all. But what you can't do is rule it out because you don't believe in it. Remember, one of the only things I know about science is that personal opinion doesn't matter to the evidence. You may have a personal opinion on experiencers. You may have a personal opinion on what is their evidence. But your opinion means nothing to the calculations. Opinion is not science. Opinion is arrogance. And that's all we're seeing out of the UFO narrative right now is arrogance. That is your Dave 101. If you like or dislike what I said, and you checking this out on our YouTube channel, leave me a comment below. Discuss, debate me. Call me an idiot if you want. It's quite okay. I can take it. I'm a big boy.